are scimitar horned oryx, O-R-Y-X. Scimitar horn because you can see the one that's standing has horns that are shaped like kind of like scimitar swords. And then the one over on the right, that is an adder gazelle, A-D-D-R-A, and that is the tallest of the species of the world's gazelles. Both of those animals used to be quite abundant around the Sahara. Scimitar horned oryx haven't been seen around the Sahara since about the mid-1990s. They are extinct in the wild. They can only be seen in captivity. Adder gazelles aren't too far behind. Estimates are that there are only about 500 of them left in the Sahara area, and that their population in the wild has declined about 80% in the past 10 years. And likewise, the animals that you see in this next area with the light brown face and the crooked horns, those are addax antelopes, also native to the Sahara. Estimates are that there are 300 of them left in the wild. And then further to the right, the larger ones with the black markings and straight horns. These are Gemsboks, G-E-M-S-B-O-K-S, and they are the largest of the species of oryx-type antelopes. And they're native primarily to the Kalahari Desert in South Africa. Their population is rather stable. In the small scrub area next to our desert habitats are 4 different kinds of birds. On the left side of the habitat, the largest one with a gray neck, that is a koi buster. That's 2 words. K-O-R-I-B-U-S-T-A-R-P. The white vulture with the black face is an Egyptian vulture. We have 2 lapis-faced vultures. Over in the back of the habitat, there are large dark vultures. PPET based. They are Africa's largest vulture with about a 9-foot wingspan. And then over by the Egyptian vulture was another small dark vulture. It looks like it's wearing a hood. It's called a hooded vulture. And it is the smallest of Africa's vultures. The koi buster, by the way, that large bird with the thick gray neck, that is Africa's largest bird, the rather heaviest bird that can still fly and weigh up to 50 pounds. Oh, and if you look over to your left as we go around the curve, you'll see another large antelope with a brown coat, white stripes going around its body with horns. That is the largest of the antelopes that live in Africa's forests. That is an East African bongo, B-O-N-G-O, or mountain bongo. Also a critically endangered animal. Estimates are that there are only about 75 to 40 of them. Now, this next bush habitat, bush areas of Africa average about 20 inches of rainfall every year, about the same we get here in our Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm going to go over, starting on the right of the habitat, you'll see 2 tall birds with gray wings and white bodies. Those are marabou storks, M-R-A-B-O-U. We have a replica of a baobab tree, Africa's largest tree, and over in front and behind the baobab tree is a long, thin-necked antelope called a gerenuk, G-E-R-E-N-U-K. In the area behind this habitat, you can see our male ostrich, with the black feathers, a couple more lapis-faced vultures in the back area. The birds over in the middle of the area with the gold feathers on their heads, those are crown cranes. The black bird with the bright red face, that is a hornbill. The antelope behind the island without the horns, and then the other one with the corkscrew-shaped horns, that is a female and a male breeder, K-U-B-U. And then the largest animal in there with the twisty-type horns, that was a common eland, E-L-A-N-D. Now the marabou storks are Africa's, they have the longest wingspan of any bird in Africa, about 10 feet. It's actually the longest wingspan of any bird in the world that flies over land, comparable to those of Andean condors.
Longest क्या?
And then the common eland, that last one that I referred to, with the twisty horns, that is the largest of the species of antelopes in the world. They can grow to weigh just over a ton. They can leap up to 8 feet in the air. The greater kudus, K-U-D-U-S, those were the 3rd largest of the species of antelopes in the world. Now this is our chimpanzee forest, and these are areas that you can return to on our gorilla trail. We have over a dozen chimpanzees here at the Dallas Zoo, ranging in age from about 3 months old on up to 53 years of age. The largest is a male that weighs about 165 pounds. Over on the right is a guest viewing area. It gives a brief description and biography of the chimpanzees that are out today. Chimpanzees are sometimes erroneously referred to as monkeys, but true monkeys have tails. Chimpanzees, because they lack tails like gorillas and orangutans, are more correctly referred to as apes. They are part of the great ape family. Now this pond here in front of us, next to the chimpanzees, is feeding. And in that pond we have 3 Nile crocodiles. They are the largest of African crocodiles, second largest in the world, second to the Australian saltwater crocodile. Nile crocodiles can grow up to a length of 20 feet, a weight of about 1,800 pounds. Our largest here at the zoo is a male that weighs about 900 pounds, is about 14 feet long.
What up?
Nile crocodiles at the Dallas Zoo are all over the age of 50 years old. White about 80 years old. Now it looks like just below me here, you'll be able to look back. You'll see 2 tall birds with white necks. Those are gray birds. Those are wattled cranes, W-A-T-T-L-E-D, so-called, because of their white feathery wattles that they have hanging in their beaks. Wattled cranes are Africa's tallest crane. They can grow to a height of just over 5.5 feet. They form permanent unions, male and female, throughout their lives like most vultures and swans. We have 2 one-acre gorilla habitats here at the Dallas Zoo. The best place to see our gorillas and their habitats is from the Gorilla Research Center along the Gorilla Trail. The big windows that we're passing in front of provide natural light to their indoor quarters. We're actually going over their indoor quarters just now, and that's the area to which they return every evening. But inside the Gorilla Research Center is another brief description and biography of the gorillas that are out today. Tells which habitats they're in. Also along the Gorilla Trail is there are some overlooks and viewing bunkers that will enhance the view of those areas. And also along the Gorilla Trail is a walk-through forest aviary, a big rocky area called a kopie, where we have other African birds and African animals like our meerkats. Our Aldabra tortoises are along that area, as well as our saddle-billed storks, Africa's tallest stork. The rough-shaped structure that we just passed, that we're passing in front of, that is the entrance to our Giantsley Savannah area. And that area opened up just over a year and a half ago. It's where we have our... We have 15 giraffes over there now. We have food available so that you can find the giraffes.
Leopard or giraffe?
Feeding platform over there. We also have our lions. The best place to see our lions is sometimes been inside the Serengeti Grill. There's a large window there that they enjoy reclining in front of. Now the big rocky area out in front of us, just beyond the trees, that is the home to our mandrill. You can see kind of see the mandrill on the right side of the habitat. He's the one with a big colorful face. Mandrills are the world's largest species of monkey. They can grow the way, the male mandrill can grow the way just over 100 pounds. He's about twice as big as the female. And then just below us is the home of our African penguins. And these are the only species of penguin in Africa. They live all along the southern coast. They're also known as black-footed penguins. In the event that you happen to be watching them or walking by and you hear something that sounds like a donkey braying, that's not your ear playing tricks on you, that's actually the sound of it. Now, since this is the last train of the day, the reason it's the last train of the day is because the zoo does close at 4. We're keeping our winter hours now. If there was some area in the zoo that you wanted to return to, our security guards are usually pretty understanding. So as long as you're after 4,